Hi everyone, and welcome to today's run. So today's going to be a rambly, chatty video where I give you guys a little race recap and let you know how we got on in the Omen Ultra a couple of weeks ago. So if you haven't already seen the race day video, I'll put a link to it up the top in the corner so you can go and have a look at that if you want to check it out, see how I got on. But all in all, it was absolutely epic. However, before the race, there was one issue that we had to contend with, and that was obviously the race officially being cancelled for the day that I ran it. Now, just to give you guys a little bit of a brief overview of what actually happened behind the scenes and what caused that postponement of the race. So basically, a couple of days out from the race at the beginning of the week, on the Monday before, a couple of the volunteers unfortunately had to pull out, which meant there wasn't enough staff available to man the aid stations towards the latter half of the race. So ideally at that stage you'd probably need about 2 or 3 aid stations open plus the finish line all simultaneously, just to accommodate, you know, different people's paces and, you know, how they are getting on. So everyone has provision for aid throughout the course. So because those people had pulled out, it meant that there wasn't enough people to man those aid stations. And then obviously with it being such short notice and also being Jubilee weekend that weekend, there wasn't enough availability of people to help out. So that meant that the race was officially postponed. It's now going to be run in 3 weeks time, I do believe, from the recording of this video. So it's actually officially going to be run now on the 12th of July 2022. So good luck to all you guys and girls that are going to give it a go on the new date. But yeah, it basically meant that my race was a kind of self-supported solo effort over the distance. But yeah, it was still nevertheless really epic, and I enjoyed every second of it. Firstly, the support from everyone was absolutely fantastic. Like on the day, my dad, he'd sort of agreed to follow me anyway, to crew me on the day. So if the race had officially been going ahead, he would have been crewing me anyway. So he was going to meet me in between aid stations, just check how I'm doing, and obviously he'd be carrying spare kit should I need it. But because the race was postponed, he ended up picking up all the aid stations as well. So we made our own little aid station areas, looked at the GPX online and just sort of picked a few extra spots where I thought it'd be handy for him to meet me. So yeah, that was fantastic. So really appreciate the support of my dad for, you know, basically being out all day on the road, just driving along to different car parks along the North Downs Way. And yeah, it was fantastic. And everyone commented on how much of a great job he did, and he really did do a good job. Like without him, I probably couldn't have done what I did that day. So thank you very much, Dad, for doing that for me. So that leads me on nicely to the rest of the support that I had throughout the day. So shout out to the guys that came out and ran sections with me. Really appreciated having you guys out there on the day. I mean, just to keep me motivated, keep that morale high. It was really epic having you along for the ride, and can't thank you enough for being there to support me. So definitely helped give that sort of race atmosphere, feeling like I was actually running with others. So yeah, really appreciate that to all you guys, Adam, Ian, Chris, Michael, Dan and Stephen. Absolutely epic having you guys along for the ride that day. Really awesome stuff. So in terms of kit that I used on the day, everything that I picked to use worked perfectly. Now, no issues with chafing, rubbing, everything was super comfortable, and yeah, really helped. I didn't have to worry about changing any kit as we went through the race. So yeah, really pleased with everything and how it all performed. But special mention to Injinji toe socks. Now, as I mentioned in my kit video before the race, I've been using them for a while and I really do enjoy them. So comfortable. But I did have cause for alarm at the beginning of the race, because if you saw the race video, you'll know we had a bit of rain in the first 10 kilometers or so, and it basically left me with really wet feet and wet legs because of the long grass. You know, if it gets wet and you have to run through long grass that's wet, your legs and feet get soaked. So yeah, my socks and shoes were completely soaked through, and I thought, oh, this is going to lead to some sort of rubbing, blisters, or some sort of foot discomfort. But the Injinji toe socks basically dried out super quick, quicker than I ever thought a pair of socks could. And because obviously the separation of the toes, it kept my feet and toes blister free and chafe free, and yeah, just in perfect condition. So I was able to run the whole race without having to change my shoes or my socks, which is absolutely fantastic. So yeah, special mention to Injinji. And I also want to say that my Garmin Fenix 6 also did really well on the day. Because of the lack of it being an official race, I had to use Garmin Live Track, so that, well, firstly my dad could keep a track on where I was, so he knew when to expect me at the aid stations, but also helped out other guys that were running with me. And I was concerned before the race that the watch wouldn't have the battery life to first of all, you know, just do the whole activity, but also be able to support the live track. But it did, and by the time I got to the end of the race, I still had about 46% battery life left on the watch, which is absolutely incredible. So yeah, that really did perform well on the day as well. So I suppose another positive to come from the Omen was the training and the lead up to the race. If you didn't know, I was being coached throughout the 18 weeks of training by Adam Lucas. It's ultra runner Adam over on YouTube. So I'll put a link to his channel below if you're not already subscribed, so go and check him out. But yeah, if you don't know Adam, he's a fellow Guildford trail runner, and he's also very, very accomplished. He's completed some absolutely epic events in his running career, and yeah, he definitely knows what he's talking about when it comes to running. So I was very lucky and honoured to have him as my coach throughout the 18 weeks of training, and he definitely did a great job of getting me to where I needed to be in terms of fitness to take on the race. So if you didn't know as well, my longest run up until the Omen was actually only 35 miles. So to be able to go out and do nearly double that in one effort was pretty incredible to me, and I attribute that to Adam's training, coaching and guidance throughout the training block. So yeah, I think without that I probably wouldn't have got anywhere near as well a result on the day. And yeah, I just can't thank Adam enough for all his hard work getting me to where I needed to be in terms of my fitness. So yeah, if you're looking for a coach as well and you're local to the Guildford sort of Surrey area, definitely get in contact with Adam if it's something you're interested in, and I'm sure he'll be able to help you out. So I suppose the only negative to come from the whole Omen experience was the fact that it wasn't actually an official race day. Other than that, can't really fault it. Everything went exactly as planned, and even better, I would say, in my opinion. Yeah, I mean, it really could have done with some course markings, especially in the later stages of the course. But obviously, it not being a proper race, there was none, so we just had to rely on the GPX and the signage for the North Downs Way. But as you'll know, sometimes these trail signs are basically pretty vague, or in most instances non-existent, due to, you know, just them getting old, falling over, or being vandalised. But yeah, having to rely on them solely was a bit difficult, especially after we'd done sort of 108 kilometers of running and then having to deal with wrong signage. Not the best experience, but we got to the finish line, albeit just a little bit more difficult than it needed to be. But overall, I think the Omen experience was absolutely fantastic. Really enjoyed my first 100-kilometer plus race, and yeah, just loved every second of it. I think the highlight obviously has to be reaching that finish line and getting the medal. And what made it extra special was my fiance Katie coming down to present me with the medal, and yeah, it just made it super special. On the official race day, obviously she wouldn't have been presenting me with my medal, but I think that was actually a really nice way to finish what was an absolutely epic journey. So yeah, that was sort of a positive to come out of the whole negative. But yeah, as I say, on the whole, absolutely loved my Omen running experience. So I suppose that's it for my little recap of the Omen Ultra race. But as I say, a very positive experience, and I really did enjoy my first 100+ kilometer run. Yeah, absolutely epic. And if you're thinking about doing something similar yourself, I would say go for it. You'll surprise yourself, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it. So that's it for today's video. If you like what you've seen, please press that like button, and if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing for more running videos like this. So that's it, take care, stay safe, and I'll see you all in another video. Peace.